Hi, what can I say? It's December, it's almost Christmas, it's Christmas time, and it's noir night. You're at noir night. We're showing a Christmas-ish noir. It's part of the movie is set during Christmas, and then the name of the picture is Kiss of Death. There's a number of noir films with the word kiss in it. Kiss Me Deadly, A Kiss Before Dying, Kiss the Blood Off My Hands, Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. Not really noir, if you ask me. This is probably the second best of the bunch, the first being Kiss Me Deadly. And I haven't actually seen A Kiss Before Dying because it's in color. And I haven't seen Kiss the Blood Off My Hands because it's set in England. Boring. And I also don't like Burt Lancaster. Kiss the band sucks too. Kiss of Death is pretty well known as far as noir films go, but it's hard to find. Out of print on DVD, so consider yourself lucky to get to view this Christmas gift of a noir film. The biggest and best, most memorable attraction of the film is without a doubt the breakout role of Richard Widmark as the villainous hoodlum Tommy Udo. There's a notable scene in this movie, and if you've seen it, don't shout it out at this moment. Lean over to the person sitting next to you. You know, keep it to yourself. Some people haven't seen the movie, and we want to enjoy it together and be surprised by whatever the movie has in store for us. Okay? Richard Widmark, he gives a hell of a performance. Great combo of believable and over the top. This was his first, and he got an Academy Award nomination. I've also heard somewhere that he based the character off the Joker from Batman. And then Frank Gorshin in the 60s, who was an impressionist, based his character of the Riddler off Richard Widmark's Joker-inspired character. But Richard Widmark watched Heath Ledger? What? I'm confused. The snake eats itself. So what's this movie about? It's about a guy and he's got to make some money for his family or something. He's a hood, played by Victor Mature. They plan a heist on Christmas Eve. Spoiler alert, it doesn't go well. He winds up in the can. The DA, played by Brian Donlevy, tries to get him to be a stool pigeon. And he's like, I ain't no stool pigeon. I ain't no pigeon that sits on a stool for you. Some of the things to like about this movie is a change of pace. It's set in New York City. I'm not sure if we've shown any that are set in New York City. I favor Los Angeles. I always enjoy the clothing and the real locations in the noir films. And this one's from 1947. You see a real deal prison at some point, some great office decor, footage from a real boxing match. The cast is great. The biggest reason to watch this movie is Richard Widmark. The movie stars Victor Mature as the lead, and he gives a nice understated performance. It also features Colleen Gray, not to be confused with Ella Raines. And then it also features Brian Donlevy, who's a very nice, boring lead, and I always enjoy when he turns up in movies. Brian Donlevy, who is a yesteryear's idea of handsome. If you think he's handsome today, well, you've got yourself an old-fashioned sensibility. Good for you. You might recognize Brian Donlevy from the movie Impact, which is a noir film starring opposite Ella Raines, who shouldn't be confused with Colleen Gray, who stars in Kiss of Death. Oh my God, the snake eats itself again. Richard Widmark he plays a bad... Apparently in real life, he was a class act. I saw this clip on YouTube where, from the 50s, this interviewer's asking him about acting.
That's very true. Universal is the only studio out there now that has any kind of training for the young people.
But the interviewer seems more interested in discussing other things.
Young people, so they sign the young ones and give them a daily training course, and it is a really very good school, very good for them.
I wonder if you can teach these young ladies to make love. Ann Baxter says that the trouble with modern love scenes is that they just aren't sincere enough.
Easy redirection to being about the talent of my peers.
Something comes over on film and gets the attention of the audience, and she's a prime example of that. She's got a zing and a zip to her. She's very good.
Who do you most like to make love to?
My wife.
I mean, that's a classy gentleman.
Boy, there's a guy I didn't even hand him the script either.
You're very talented.
All right, now let's put it on outside of your wife.
Please tell me who you would fuck.
Well, I like to work with a lot of girls in Hollywood. Donna Reed, the girl that's in this picture, Backlash, a wonderful actress.
Acting. We're talking about acting.
Jean Peters, fine actress. Barbara Bel Geddes, a lot of girls.
I like this Barbara Bel Geddes.
Oh, she's
very attractive girl.
Excellent actress, too. First rate.
What a pro. So remade in the 90s, and it wasn't, I think, a very successful movie, and I think it was pretty mediocre, and it had a bunch of 90s actors in it, and no one really thinks about that movie very much. And they took Richard Widmark's character out of the movie. Anyway, enjoy this movie, and enjoy Richard Widmark playing a completely different character than he seems in that interview. And happy holidays. Thanks for coming.